guys, good morning. Today is Tuesday. I had to think about that for a second. It's Tuesday morning and I am about to hop on a Zoom call for school. It's actually this like standardized patient scenario. It's called an OSCE. I think it stands for Objective Structured Clinical Exam or Experience. And I basically have two fake patients or standardized patients back to back from 10 to 10:30 and 10:30 to 11. And so I'm doing kind of like a Zoom telehealth type call with them and getting evaluated for it. So I've spent the past hour just kind of looking over the potential scenarios we might have and trying to stay calm and not worry about it too much. I'm not too nervous because it's not like officially graded. It's not pass or fail or anything. It's just like a assessment of how you're doing, seeing how they can help us learn and fill in any knowledge gaps for this next semester. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll check in after and I'll let you know how things are going. But this is going to be a week of my life from the like school, clinical, and nurse practitioner side of things perspective, which is one of the main videos you guys wanted to see from my Instagram poll. So if you're not following me over there, I'll put my handle right here and you can go do that because every now and then I will ask for video suggestions and have people vote on different video ideas just so I'm making stuff that you guys want to see. Because I think most of my audience on here is from Instagram just because that's like where my friends and I interact and people who follow me and stuff. So that is that. Anyways, I need to hop on this call. So yeah, let's go do that. Okay, y'all, that is done, thankfully. I have feelings about that. Okay, so the first one went really well. It was a very like easy, normal, like contraceptive counseling visit where we talked about the estrogen patch. I like screwed up my teaching on one thing because I got it mixed up with the patch we used for menopause hormone replacement therapy, but that one was totally fine. Like, got great feedback. She was like, the professor said, oh yeah, like you have showing really high level skill in your just communication with the patient and the way that you do your assessment and history taking and just the way that you flowed in your conversation and got all your information. Because I told her I felt scattered and she said it was actually very high level. So that made me feel good because I feel very comfortable with like teens, young adult clients. But then we had a menopause client for the last 30 minutes and the standardized patient was just very like feisty and definitely threw me for a loop in like all these random tangents of conversation, and I was like, whoa. And I told them after the fact when we were debriefing that I have a hard time reining a patient back in when they're going off on tangents because I don't want to interrupt them and be rude. I want to have good rapport and have them like me and, you know, just like have them trust me and not be rude. But sorry, my AirPods are falling out. I just was struggling and she was going on these rants about veganism and I don't know, I was just like, girly, here are your options for your hot flashes. Which one do you want? And then she's like, oh, let me tell you about the chemicals in our food. I was like, okay. So yeah, but they gave good feedback still, so that was nice. But anyways, it is 11:05 and I kind of want some more coffee. We'll see. Maybe decaf, maybe not. Ooh, actually, let's go to my favorite coffee shop and go hang out there. I might actually go on a little walk first because I haven't left the apartment today. That is my life. Go get some fresh air, get some movement in, and then we'll come back and yeah, I guess work on stuff. We've got the whole rest of the day. I want to get a workout in today, but besides that, the main thing is going to be like tidying the apartment a little bit and then also doing a ton of YouTube work to get today's video up at 5. So we've got like 6 hours until then. But yeah, I'm just like, gotta calm down after that. I really felt thrown for a loop. Oh my gosh. I am back in the car. I just went for like a 10 or so minute walk and it was very nice just to get outside and get some fresh air, get some movement in. I am heading to one of my favorite coffee shops ever. It's super close to where I live, which is great. I am going to probably do YouTube work, so this doesn't really fit into the like clinical school week in my life type vlog, so I might just get some like b-roll type shots when I'm there. And I don't know if I'm going to do any school stuff today since I already did some school this morning. We'll see how long it takes me to edit this vlog that's going up today, honestly. So that's the plan right now. I've been trying this new thing lately where I'm alternating the types of tasks that I'm doing. So hard tasks that I'm not super excited for and it takes a lot of energy to get me to do it, I like to go ahead and do something more fun and something I'm excited to do after and just alternate back and forth like that. So since I just did the whole school OSCE, whatever it's called, clinical scenario situation, I'm going to go treat myself to a cappuccino and do some YouTube editing because it is something that has to get done today. And then once I get tired of that after a couple hours, probably come back and have a late lunch, maybe go back to YouTube editing. We'll just kind of see how it goes. So that's the plan for today. So this is just real life. This is like some gross food, paper towel. My car is like actually disgusting. You can't really see it. This is for a package that I need to go mail. I've got like just crumbs and dirt and bobby pins and stuff. I really need to clean her out so badly. Alright, I just did a little work session with a cappuccino and just got started on the YouTube vlog going up today. I did the intro montage, which always takes me like 30 minutes to an hour. Finished the thumbnail and started doing some rough cut edits. Actually, no, I already did most of the rough cut edits. I'm like just doing the first couple minutes. So definitely still have plenty to do, but it's like 1:13 and I want to go run a couple errands now that I'm in my car. So I'm going to go stop by Walgreens and pick up all of our disposable cameras from the wedding because they should be developed now. They said they'd be ready January 30th and that's today. So I'm going to go check on that and then probably go home, go to the bathroom. I don't know why I just told you that. Anyways, make some food for lunch if we're feeling it. I had a really late breakfast, so it's going to be a really late lunch. So maybe eat at like 1:32 and then jump back into several more hours of editing. And then we'll go work out at some point. And that is the plan. Whenever I talk to the camera and I go back and watch my clips, I realize that I do not blend my eyeshadow very well. So please excuse my bad makeup skills. I need to get a new blender brush. I just need new makeup brushes in general. So if you have a good recommendation for good brushes, please leave it down below or text me, DM me, whatever, because I need some good brushes. I just put my like other color in my crease and didn't blend it. So I also need to wash my makeup brushes. That needs to be like a monthly reset thing. Okay, anyways, bye. So you know when you have to pee so badly that you feel like your bladder is literally coming out of your body and it's so painful? That was me like 2 seconds ago. We just peed, it was great. And yeah, I'm a little shaky right now because of that second coffee. So I'm gonna make some avocado toast and other things for lunch. My sister-in-law is currently helping me. Oh, that's so weird to say sister-in-law. I'm so used to saying like almost sister-in-law, but Kristen, Justin's sister, is helping me transfer my phone plan because my parents are kicking me off the phone plan, obviously, because we're married now. So I'm going to join Justin's family phone plan and then we're going to pay them because it's just like cheaper to do it that way. So she is trying to switch me from AT&T to T-Mobile because she is very tech savvy, and Justin and I were like, let's just ask her because she knows how to do these things and will save us an errand. So we are currently seeing what's going to happen to my phone. We're trying it right now. So I'm gonna get some food while that happens, and then we need to get back into editing because it's after 2. Okay, but to update on the errands, I'm just setting this down in a weird spot on the counter because my hands are shaky and I don't feel like getting my little tripod. So we ended up doing errands for almost an hour because I did the disposable camera pickup, which ended up being over $300 to get these cameras developed that we had at our wedding that I told you guys about in a different vlog. So that's a fun little surprise. We did that, and then I went and picked up dry cleaning, and then I did something else. Oh, I dropped off the phone guest book thing from our wedding that I'm not convinced that people even use, where they can leave audio messages. So we'll find out whenever the owner sends us back our audio file. But yeah, that's what we did, and I'm gonna go eat. Pretty good. It's kind of a gummy, like, interesting texture, but I do like it. Very, very purple. I just put this like cherry berry blend, some almond milk, a little bit of peanut butter, and some whey protein powder that's vanilla flavored. Definitely taste the vanilla, which I really like. Okay, but plans for the rest of the day, I'm waiting for our YouTube to upload like I mentioned, and then I'm gonna go probably do some random tidying right now, like put dishes away, pick up clothes, all the things, so it's not too much of a mess for when Justin gets home. And then it's gonna be 5 o'clock pretty soon, so I'm gonna go work out from like 5 to 6, do a little run, maybe some strength training if I have time. I just bit my tongue. That's cool. And by then it'll be dark and Justin will be home and we'll probably eat dinner and catch up and watch something and go to bed, because these days we're going to bed by like 8:30 or 9, which is so early, but that's just because we both get up at 5 when I have clinical days, and then he's getting up at 5 to go work out. So Super fun. We love that. But do a little like school clinical update because this is a like clinical school nurse practitioner week in the life kind of thing. This is my last semester of nurse practitioner school. If you're new here, I'm in a women's health nurse practitioner program. My program is out of Georgetown University in DC, and I've been in the program since January of 2022, so 2 years, which is wild now. And I did a didactic year for the first year, 2022, and then all of last year, except for the fall, I was in my clinical year, but we're still taking classes, so it's like classes and clinical. You understand. Last semester in the fall, I just did a couple classes. That was just to kind of scale back before the wedding, have a chill semester. I also switched from the dual track midwifery and women's health NP programs, so like both midwife and NP, to just women's health NP. And I hate saying just because it's not just. Like a women's health NP and becoming one is a really, really big deal and is a wonderful profession, but it is different from what I was doing before, and it's without the midwife piece. So I have other videos talking about why I made that decision and that whole switch if you want to check those out. But that means I'm in my last semester of my program because I technically switched cohorts, because if I had taken all the classes and clinical last semester, I could have graduated in December. But Justin and I and my family all decided it was way too hectic to do that with the wedding, and you get it. So anyways, long story short, we are graduating in May, which is when all my other friends who are in the midwifery program are also graduating. So worked out well because I still get to graduate with them. That means that I am in one class this semester, which is called my Women's Health NP Integration course. So that means that the class is integrating all of the content that we have learned so far in the program, plus fill in any content gaps that we might have as we're preparing to be brand new novice nurse practitioners. It also kind of serves as a board's prep course, because after I graduate in May, I will be able to sit for the board exam to become a board certified women's health nurse practitioner. It's kind of confusing if you're not in the nursing world. I know some of you guys who watch are nurses or are NPs or becoming NPs, so you understand it a little bit more. But if you ever have any questions about it, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm happy to talk with you about that. I get a lot of messages from people who are either applying to my program or are in it or considering nurse practitioner school, and I'm always happy to talk about it because I worked as a nurse for a little bit, but not very long before going to NP school. So I feel like I have perspectives on both working before or not working and going straight into school, because I kind of did like an in-between with working a little bit. So anyways, that's like a whole separate nursing conversation. But this semester just looks like that one class, which for me is on Tuesdays. That's the only time that class meets. It meets from Tuesdays from like 11:15 a.m. Eastern to about 2:15 p.m. Eastern. And I didn't have that class today. We had the structured clinical thing that you saw this morning, and that's just a once a semester type of thing. So that's not normal for us. But we actually only have class about every other week, which is interesting. So there are some days when I'll be going to clinical on Tuesdays, but generally speaking, my week looks like Monday at clinical, Tuesday as a class day, Wednesday, Thursday at clinical, and then Friday is off. So just 3 days a week going to clinic. There's some weeks when I go 2 times because I am going to a conference at the end of February, and then I'm going to a wedding and just random stuff where I have to kind of shift my schedule around. But generally it's like Sunday is obviously church, errands, kind of all of that. Monday is clinical, Tuesday class, Wednesday, Thursday clinical, Friday is also errands, life kind of stuff, and then Saturday is Sabbath. I like to use my Tuesdays and Fridays as YouTube days as well to film anything, to edit for Tuesday and Friday videos, which worked out super nice with the schedule, do any schoolwork that I need to do, and then I like to leave Sundays as kind of an errands day and like a chores, get your life together, meal prep, all of that. But I'm planning to go into more depth about that kind of weekly schedule and flow from the marriage, relational, and like home side of things in a separate video talking about Justin and I's married routines. So you guys should be seeing that. I actually don't know if that video will come out before this one. It's either right before this one or right after. So maybe it's out, maybe it's not, but that's the one you guys voted for on Instagram. So yes, that one might be already out, so ignore me. But anyways, did not film on Monday because I just needed a break from filming, but I will definitely vlog tomorrow and Thursday through those next clinical shifts and hopefully take some time to like talk out with you guys about the patient situations I've seen, not going into like HIPAA information, of course, but just like general problems, general topics, things like that, things I'm learning, things I feel like I'm struggling with, fears, insecurities, areas of confidence, all that kind of stuff. I feel like overall right now, I'm feeling pretty good because this is the same clinical site I've been at twice before. So I feel like I know the flow really well. My preceptor and I have a wonderful relationship. I would consider her a friend and mentor at this point. She really trusts me. And so I feel pretty good and like comfortable in the clinic, but I'm definitely still learning a lot. It's just hard for me because I don't really know exactly where I see myself post-graduation. I am very interested in like the natural fertility world. So not like IVF and all that kind of stuff, but more of using fertility awareness methods to help people conceive naturally. And there are only so many clinics that do that type of work. So I have been cold emailing, and I'm gonna start cold calling some places, so we might do that on the vlog on Friday. I'm in contact with a place locally that I really, really wanna work for. I obviously am not gonna go into details about these places until after I've signed a contract and all of that, so I'm sure we'll get into that later in this year once I figure out job stuff. But if you see this, like, if you could be praying for that, that would be wonderful. I definitely am a little apprehensive about it. I wouldn't say I'm full on anxious or like worried, because it's only January, and like I genuinely just really trust that like the Lord's gonna open the right doors and he's gonna make it really clear where I need to be. But Justin and I are just in a huge transition phase right now, because his contract will end at the end of June with his current position, and then I graduate in May, so kind of around the same time we're both gonna be looking for jobs. Thankfully, I'm not planning to start work until like September, October of this year, and I have like a plan for that, so I can take a couple months off after graduation just to like chill, and that's totally fine for us financially, which is a huge blessing. So that's the plan right now, like actively praying about that, trying to start following some leads and reaching out to places to see about getting a job. But yeah, I brought that up to say that I love my current placement, but it is a general OBGYN office, and so I'm doing certain things I don't necessarily see myself doing in the future. I love general women's health and just being a general practitioner within women's health, but I also love the fertility world so much. I go back and forth on whether I want to get experience in like general OBGYN care versus going subspecialty immediately after graduation, but I also feel really called to that subspecialty, so I don't know, we will figure it out. I'm sure I'll update you, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I know I talked about a like quarter life crisis in a separate video. I'm not gonna get into that because that's a little bit of a different situation, but that is kind of a career update for you right now. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Let's go do some tidying and chores and get ready to work out. Okay, this is what I'm wearing. I'm just gonna run in the gym, I think, because I've been really enjoying watching YouTube videos and putting it up on the treadmill and like catching up on podcasts and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna do a treadmill run, which isn't great for trainings. I think it's important to try running on different types of ground and getting, you know, the actual pavement and tracks and trails and stuff, but that's just kind of how we're feeling today. So yeah, maybe I'll change my mind, but I really want to wear these shorts because I've kind of halfway worn them for several days. You know when you put them on for a couple hours, but they're not really dirty enough to wash? I feel like that's been this pair of shorts for several days in a row, so I need to just wear them and get them dirty enough to clean. You know what I mean? So that's also part of the reason we're gonna go for a gym run and workout. But anyways, these shorts from Amazon I'm obsessed with. And then this is a Lululemon, I think it's Lululemon top. And then this is a random jacket that my mother gave me that I love because it's pink, kind of that rosy pink color that is my favorite. So I did not have enough time to tidy because it's almost 5 o'clock and my video is gonna go up at 5. So once it's 5, I will upload it and like share it on Instagram and stuff, and then we'll head to the gym. I mean, truthfully, I just put my scrubs on, so I'm not really feeling like going outside on a walk when it's raining.
That is very fair.
Justin, can I show you something in the room?
Yes. Give me 2 shakes of the lamb's tail.
What does that mean?
I'll pull up a video of the lamb shaking its tail.
Alright friends, I am on my way to clinical right now. I've got like 30 or so minutes left in my drive. I just put the camera up when I was at a stop sign, so I'm not going to look at the camera, I'm just looking straight, so I'm still driving very safely. I'm just going to be basically talking to myself while I drive. But yeah, I am tired this morning. It is Wednesday, this is my second clinical shift, and honestly, I'm in kind of a weird mood. I slept just fine. It's raining. I normally like rain, but I think I'm feeling off because I'm just feeling a little discouraged with YouTube and like growth on YouTube and stuff. And I was talking to Justin about it as we were in bed last night, which by the way, it's still like so weird for me to say in bed with Justin because as y'all know, we did not do that before we got married. So it feels so normal now. Like it genuinely feels weirder for him not to be in my bed, in our bed, like when he was gone this past weekend. It was very weird to be sleeping alone. But anyways, it just feels odd to say it out loud now because that was a big no-no a month ago. Anyways, also, by the way, this is our 1 month of marriage. It's January 31st, so that's really sweet. I get sidetracked. So, anyways, I weeks off of YouTube at the beginning of January just because we got married, we were on our honeymoon. I wanted to take the the beginning of the year just off of filming, editing, posting, all of that to really soak up those early weeks and days of being married. I'm planning to do this again in July to kind of have like 2 weeks off in January and then 6 months later 2 weeks off in July. Toying with that, we actually have some really fun potential trips in July, so I feel like I'm going to want to be posting content and filming and editing and stuff, so might do that in June or August, we'll see. But the point is, I really like the idea of taking little mini sabbaticals off like during the year to really have those good boundaries with this hobby / work. And I just kind of thought my channel would grow more in December, January than it has. I was so excited about like wedding content and marriage content, and of course it's only been a couple weeks, but I just feel like I've kind of lost some of my momentum for growth. Like, let me back up for a second. So my channel in January of 2021 actually launched it on New Year's Day at midnight, which was really fun because, you know, wedding anniversary and things. And I did it sporadically at the beginning of 2021, so I've had my channel for 3 years, and wasn't super consistent. It was kind of random content. If you go back and watch my early videos, they are not good at all. Like, they're really bad quality, and I didn't know how to edit, and the thumbnails are trash, so it's humbling to see that. I feel like my videos have come a very long way, and there's still lots of things I want to improve on, like my audio. I feel like it's kind of weird when I film, so looking into microphones and stuff right now. But anyways, I have only been super consistent with YouTube since this past September, like not missing a beat, posting at least twice a week. I had a couple weeks where I think I posted one a week, but then I made it up later or something, but essentially have been super consistent with YouTube. And in October this past year, I saw a lot of growth because I actually did a month of 3 videos a week, and I was also posting a lot of shorts on YouTube, which is YouTube's short form platform, and I got over 100 subscribers that month, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was, or almost around that. Saw a lot of good growth. A lot of my videos did really well for my channel, and like for me, doing well is like several hundred views, if not like 1,000 views, where most of my videos get like 100, 200 views, like between 100 and 300, and some of my videos in October got like 500, 600 views, and that's really good for my channel of, you know, 600 or so subscribers. But I just really want to hit 1,000 subscribers really badly, and I really want to hit that before I graduate in May. And so I'm kind of telling myself like mid-May, end of May, I'd like to hit that. I'd also like to hit the 4,000 watch hours, because once you get those 2 metrics, you are eligible to get monetized through YouTube AdSense. And there are other ways to like monetize your channel with digital products and like selling other things and brand deals, and all this stuff isn't contingent on having 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But that is a really big YouTube milestone. Like, that's how you can start making money directly from YouTube. And granted, it'll be like $20 a month or something for a little bit, but still, that's something, and that's like really exciting. You're getting paid for your content that you're putting hours of work into. So I'm just really eager to get there. I feel like my videos are good quality, you know, for the most part. I feel like I make interesting things, and I'm trying to figure out how to make them very clickable with titles and interesting thumbnails, and I don't do that very well for every video, but I feel like I am getting better at it. And so I don't know, I just feel like I have gotten in such a groove with YouTube, and I want to see that work pay off in the numbers. But it's not all about numbers. Like, genuinely, my favorite thing with YouTube is comments, or getting messages, or people reaching out and saying, hey, I watched this video and it really made my day better, or, you know, I'm so glad I found your channel because X, Y, and Z that I'm going through in my life, or whatever. Like, those genuinely make my day. I screenshot that kind of stuff. I screenshot DMs, texts, comments, messages, because it just makes me so happy and makes me remember, okay, these are real people who are watching. Like, all of the views that I'm seeing are actual humans who have clicked on my video and were interested in it for some way, whether they stayed for the whole thing and watched it, or they just watched it for a couple seconds. Like, they were willing to engage with something that I made, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, this is all to say, I'm feeling a little discouraged. It's the end of January. I did meet my goal for January, which was to get to at least 600 subscribers, and we kind of were getting there already in December, which was nice, but I'd like to hit at least 700 in February. And so I'm thinking of keeping with the 2 videos a week, because that feels manageable with school so far, and then I'm trying to do like 3 or 4 shorts a week, because it seems like those shorts do really well, and they bring in a good number of subscribers, and because it's showing your channel to a new audience. So I feel like that's been a good strategy so far. I really would like to get back to those 3 videos a week, but I just really don't think it's doable with school and everything. But it was really helpful for my channel and for getting some momentum going with growth in October, because I feel like after October finished and I went back to 2 videos a week, my growth kind of slowed down, and you can see that in my analytics charts and stuff. So yeah, I'm just in this weird spot of where I've definitely been like obsessively looking at my analytics and refreshing it and looking at subscribers and all the things like multiple times a day, which is just probably not very healthy, and I probably should do some sort of fast from it. So we need to think about that and pray about that. But I'm just a little frustrated, and it's hard because I know that January is a really slow month for YouTube. Just with people who are making money on YouTube, it's usually the lowest earning month when it comes to AdSense and brand deals and stuff, because everyone's already spent so much money on advertising and products and whatnot in December and just over the holidays in general. And so I think that's probably also reflected in views and like watch time, as people are maybe not on their phones and technology as much. I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but yeah, I'm just feeling a little like discouraged this morning and not super jazzed about the day. Yeah, I'm excited to keep vlogging. That's fun. It always makes days a little bit better and brighter. But I don't know. I'm feeling kind of about things. I'm not going to change anything. I'm still going to do YouTube and all of that. But I want the work I'm putting into it to be reflected in the outcomes. And I feel like it's not being reflected. But I know it just takes a lot of time. I've only been consistent with it for 4 or 5 months, but I have had my channel for years, so it kind of feels like, is this ever gonna grow? So, yeah, that's where we're at. I will check back in with you guys later. Okay, you guys, I just had a spicy salad, so my mouth's on fire. Whew, from Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh. Okay, but it is Thursday. It's lunch break for clinical. I don't think I talked to you guys after clinical yesterday. I'm also blocking that. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so spicy. My camera's dead, so I'm using my phone. But we've had big developments in the last 24 hours because I might be interviewing for a job. It's out of state, but it is at a natural holistic fertility clinic, and this is like very up my alley, so I'm very excited. I really, 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 really want to work in the natural fertility world and do more like holistic assessments, have like a long time with my patients, see only a few patients, just do like really in-depth assessments, treatment, all the things for fertility issues and gynecologic care, period problems. And I found this lady on Instagram, and she has a private practice that she started last year. And I just reached out, I cold emailed her, didn't even see a position. I was like, yo, I like what you're doing. Are you considering hiring a nurse practitioner this year? And she was like, hello, here are all of our beliefs and ethics, and this is what we do. If you're into it, we'd love to interview you on the phone soon. And I was like, okay. Everything she said was so spot on. I won't go into too much detail because, you know, privacy and stuff, but literally is like a dream position. And so I emailed her back a couple hours ago, and I was like, yeah, I could even talk today if you want. So very, very excited. That's like all I've been thinking about since 5 p.m. yesterday. I've been in such a daze just thinking only about this clinic. Justin's super excited. I have a couple friends who know about it. I'm sure I will have already interviewed by the time this video goes up. But yeah, if you see this and I haven't interviewed yet, or like I'm in some interview process, please be praying for this, because right now it seems like a really serious answered prayer and just like a lovely opportunity. So yeah, sorry, I'm like getting the hiccups now. I've been in such a daze today at clinical. I've been really tired and like pretty much only thinking about this. So I've been doing my patient care and stuff. It's also been but I've been like distracted. It's also been kind of a weird day in clinic. Like we've had some complicated patients who were just like giving us a hard time and like kind of non-compliant and just like some weird situations. So it's been a weird day. I've got my lemonade, my Chick-fil-A diet lemonade, which I love. Their Southwest salad. They gave me the wrong dressing, but it's fine. We're gonna eat this, maybe go for a little 10-minute walk, and then head back to the clinic. I really want to hear from this doctor and maybe do a phone interview today. Guys, it is the next day. I think I talked to you guys yesterday, but it's Friday and it's the end of the work week. I am very tired. I went to bed around 8:30 last night, Justin and I. We were so wiped out, so wiped out. And today has just been like kind of a weird day, I guess. I don't know. I've just been doing random to-dos, computer work, like resetting for the month kind of stuff. I was gonna film my February reset video today, but I honestly got really overwhelmed by all the things I wanted to get done, like chores, tidying up, all of that. And I was just like, you know what, it is not worth it for me to like rush through this, edit it in an hour, and just spit it out just so I can stick to my whole 2 videos a week thing. I only promised you guys 1 video a week in the hope of doing 2 videos a week, Tuesdays, Fridays, so let myself have a little grace day. I'm going to actually film the reset on Sunday and then edit it on Sunday to either go up that day, but probably most likely going up Tuesday. So that is the plan, but because this is a week in my life clinical school edition, I am going to spend the next hour and a half, it's currently 2:35, finishing up my tidying tasks, like putting up laundry, getting everything cleaned up, putting the dishes away, just like a good tidy of everything, because we do have friends coming over tonight for a pizza and game night. But while I do that, I'm going to be listening to my boards review class, which I have not started yet. I just took that practice test last week, like I told you guys about. No, it was this past Sunday, so this week. Oh my gosh, this is like the longest week ever. So much has happened. Anyways, I'm going to listen to that for like an hour and a half just to get going on the hours for this class. It's a 40-hour review class, like 40 hours of content. And that's a lot of content. I really want to be able to listen to it while I have my long drives to clinical, because lately I've just been listening to either the Bible reading or YouTube videos. It's totally great. I definitely want to keep like the first 30 minutes of my drives in the morning for Bible reading, but then the rest of my time, I have a lot of time and I don't need to be watching YouTube videos for all of that time. So if I can figure out a way to listen to this boards prep class during my drive, even if it's like 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there, an hour there, that would be hugely helpful, because I really plan to do 4 hours of boards prep every Friday morning was my tentative plan, because I thought, okay, there's 10 weeks left in the semester before my comprehensive exam. This prep class is 40 hours. I can break it up into 4-hour chunks for the next 10 weeks. But that's a lot at once, and I would rather do like an hour here, an hour there throughout the week. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, so I can still get all those hours in before the comprehensive exam. And that way, once I take comps, I don't have like that much studying to do before I take the actual board exam. So that's the plan right now. We're gonna get in like an hour of that, which I think the first hour of the class is literally just like explaining the test and how it works and all the kind of like test taking strategies, which is fine. I still wanna listen to all of that. So we'll do that while we tidy, and then we are going to go work out at 4. Justin has a therapy call here at 4, so I'm gonna get out of his hair. And then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to pick up our grocery order. So we are not doing groceries on Sunday this week. We're doing it on Friday. So I will get into all of the like married life routines and like our weekly routine and kind of where we're at with groceries and chores and just like budgeting and adult things and living together as a married couple now in a separate video, because you guys all really wanted to see that from our Instagram poll. So we'll talk about that later, but I am gonna pick up those groceries, and then we have our friends coming over at 6:30. So from like 5:30 to 6:30, I'm gonna shower, help Justin make the pizza. He does most of our cooking for us, which love him for that, because I do not really like to cook. So I'll help him with that, and then like finish tidying up and getting our space ready, and then we'll have our friends over. So that means I'm going to end the vlog here. I'll insert some outro clips of me listening to this boards prep class while I do my tidying, but thank you so much for coming along on this fun week in the life. Oh, before I forget, I have not heard from that job yet. They did offer me an interview. I think I mentioned that, but we haven't set a date for it. I offered even yesterday and today, and she hasn't gotten back. So I'm hoping that I'm not being too over eager, but hopefully that will be something that happens next week. So obviously we'll keep you as posted as I possibly can, but continued prayers for that potential job opportunity would be awesome. And yeah, that's it. Bye.